Hey everyone, so in this video, going to be a quick one, trying to give you 10 reasons why you're probably not closing on your sales calls. So first one is your offer is too easy to say no to, so it doesn't really stand out to competitors, or there's no guarantee, there's no scarcity, there's no urgency for them to actually sign up and work with you. So you're then just kind of being compared to your competitors on price, and that's sort of a race to the bottom you never want to be a part of. The second thing is you try to pitch before you understand them. So you get on the call, and because in your mind you think it's a sales call, you kind of twitch in and you're like desperate to start telling them about your product and how you can help them and how if they buy this it'll be the most amazing thing ever. But until you actually understand what they're on the call for, what problem they have and what they want to fix, you shouldn't even be going into a pitch whatsoever. The third thing is you talk way too much. So you're just talking at them, you're presenting. It feels like they're sat on a PowerPoint with you, and like it's a one-way call. You should be actually talking less, aim for 30%, asking questions and then letting them answer. That should be how the majority of the call goes. That you ask a question, they give you an in-depth answer, and that's about it. Number four is you never build the gap. So, for example, where they're at now with their problem, where they want to get to in the future, as you're kind of going through the discovery, you should be using that information to then highlight to them, you're here, this is where you want to be in 6 months to get there. By using this solution, that's how we get there. If you don't do that, they're just gonna be like, okay, sure, and then they don't kind of internalize and realize that if in 6 months time, if they don't do something, they'll be exactly where they are now. So that's something you need to look at. There's a good book on this as well called Gap Selling that's worth checking out. The next thing is you take or think about it at face value. So you go through the call, you do a discovery, you do a good presentation, you handle objections, and then just as you think they're about to close, they go, yep, this is all sounds good, but I need to think about it. And you're like, oh, fair enough. They need to go think about this, not a problem. Where 9 times out of 10, I'll think about it. Objection is they're not sure about it. They don't know if it'll work for them. They're confused about something. They don't see the value or something on those lines. When they say they want to think about it, a lot of salespeople just go, okay, no problem. Let's catch up in. Where if you go, yep, no problem at all, fully understand, but just before we kind of jump off, what is it that you want to think about specifically? Oh, well, I've done something like this before and it didn't work, or I'm not sure if this is really the right fit for me, or something like that. You may surface an objection where it's like, cool, like this definitely isn't a fit for this person, but then at least you know. You may just surface one where it's like, oh, okay, cool, no, this person, this exact same situation as you, had this problem, show them a case study, explain how it helped them, then they feel a little bit more at ease, or you show them a guarantee or something like that. Number six, you sell features, not outcomes. We used to call this demo candy, and you're saying, oh, well, we do this and we do this and we do this and we do that. But the person who is buying doesn't care about any of the inputs, they care about the output. What is it they're going to get from the end of it? So always focus on selling the outcome to your prospects. If we work together in 6 months' time, you'll have a beach ready body, or you'll have a calendar full of leads, stuff like that. They don't care about you sending cold emails or anything like that. They just want to know what is the outcome. Number seven, and this is a big thing I see with people who are inexperienced when it comes to sales, just the fear when it comes to actually asking for the sale. So rather, you go through everything, everything sounds good, rather just be like, hey, so should we do this? Or you ready to proceed? Or when do you want to start? They just go, oh, cool. And then it kind of just drifts off. There's no clear next step. The prospect also feels awkward. So they get off the call and they're like, oh, sorry, I'll think about it, kind of thing. And then nothing ever comes of it. So if you can, if the call's gone well, you feel you're happy with it, you cover everything, there's no more objections, always ask for the sale. Number eight is you fill the silence after you ask. And what I mean by that is you say, oh, the price is £2,000 or $2,000, and then you start filling in the silence with, oh, but if you do this, or people who her, and you go through all these objections and stuff that other people have mentioned before, and the prospect just thinks, oh, this person doesn't seem very confident or convinced in what it is that they're selling, and it kind of gives them an ick and puts them off. Number nine, there's no guarantee to reverse the risk. So a lot of prospects you'll speak to, depending upon the service or product or whatever it is that you're selling, will have had a bad experience or disappointing experience with another provider before. 9 times out of 10, that'll be the case. And when they're having a call with you, what's going through their mind is, oh, well, this person said the exact same thing and this kind of stuff. And how do I know she's going to work for me? I don't want to waste money again. Last time my wife was furious at me because I spent all this money and we got nothing for it. Where if you said, look, if this doesn't work during this time period and you do X, Y, Z, i.e. you turn up to the calls or you do the work or you do whatever it is that you need them to do, and we get no results, I'll give you a full refund, or we'll continue working with you for free, or whatever it might be. But just give them a guarantee where it takes the pressure off them, puts it onto you, they'll feel at ease, and this will massively increase your close rate. Number 10 is your follow-up is weak or missing. So, oh, I need to think about this, or I need to speak to someone, and that's a legitimate one. Like, you've gone through this, you've asked them what it is they need to think about. What they say is, oh, well, I'm going away on holiday for 2 months, so when I come back to this and I want to pick up, and you go, okay, let's catch up in 2 months. You don't follow up with them, you don't put a date in the diary, you don't book a meeting from a meeting, and it kind of just peters out to nothing, and the person comes back from holiday, they just completely forget about it. So always make sure you have a next step outlined, whether that's a call, a email you're sending, or a start date, or whatever it might be, just so that it doesn't fizzle out and sort of amount to nothing. And if you're guilty a few of these, which I know a fair few of you watching this may be, seeing as you're watching this video, we can help you fix this inside the Closing Clinic. It's our free school community. If you just click on that link or in the description below, jump in, ask us any questions that you'd like, and we'd be delighted to help you.